Okay, I'm making a tutorial for some animation ripping for the Halo series. These currently only work for Halo CE, Halo 2, Halo 3, Halo ODST, and Halo Reach, while the Halo Reach first-person animations don't exactly work. So just throwing that out there. First thing you're going to need is the tool Bonobo, made by Leica Glove. You can get that here. I'll provide all these links later, but there's a Halo Maps form here. You're going to need both these frameworks for it to work properly. There's some known leagues, some tutorials. There's a basic tutorial here in case you get stuck. Works for 3ds Max and Blender. You can find the download to Bonobo here, and I've already installed it. It's very simple. You just download it, and pretty sure it's in a zip file. You just extract the zip file and just run the exe. And I'll show you more about that. So you'll get Bonobo. Go to this site here, haloce3.com. Thanks to the CE3 team for providing all of these Xbox files. It's helped a lot. And let's say you wanted to rip something from Halo 3, right? You want to rip some animations from Halo 3. You're going to need all of these shared files. So make sure you download each one of these, put them in a folder or directory along with the map that you want to rip from. Usually you'll probably want the single player stuff, unless there's some weird multiplayer animation you want. These are the ones that are the most important, and then after you have all these installed or downloaded and put into one folder together, you can just download any of these .maps and load them up with Bonobo and go through that. I've already done that, so I saved myself some time here. So this is where you can get maps from. And then we're going to need to download 2 Blender add-ons. One of them is the General 101's AMF, or not AMF, the animation porting tool. So you can take the files from Bonobo and put them into Blender. And you just go to code, download zip, and then inside that zip there is this folder io_scene_halo, and for that you will go into, one second here, there's a certain folder when you install Blender. You go to your C drive, users, and then your user profile, your app data folder, roaming, Blender Foundation, Blender, and then when you get to the Blender file, there's like different versions of Blender you have. So just click your version that you're using, go to scripts, go to add-ons, and dump that folder that you've extracted from that zip into here, and it'll store all that, and that way Blender will detect it properly. And then you'll also need to download the new AMF importer as well, which is this one here on the Halo archive. I have it pinned, but I'll have that pinned as well. Direct download to that in the description. So you'll download all this stuff, right? Let's say you go to Blender. Make sure your tools are installed correctly first. So just open up a blank scene here. Go to Edit, and then Preferences, Add-on section. Okay, you'll hit Install. You'll go to find where you've installed it. Let's say, I think it's called AMF2. Yeah, here it is. So let's say I click this and hit Install Add-on. That would get added to this list here, and I can just type AMF, and then I can just click the checkbox. Ignore this one. This is my other one, the old one I have. I haven't deleted it yet, but this is the new one. So just check the checkbox and you're good to go. And once you have the General 101 tool for importing the animations, you can just type in Halo, and it's the first one there, and you just check that checkbox as well. To confirm it worked, you just go down to File, Import, and you should have, if I can, my trackpad here, you'll have all these options here. You'll have .as, .jma, .jms, or .wrl. These are from General 101's importer. And it says JMA, but it works for JMO, JMT, and some other file types as well. They're all kind of the same. And then your AMF is here, right? So let's say you want to rip something, right? Let's say I want to rip, let's say the scarab. Someone had that question today. So they go to File and Reclaimer, Open .map, go to where I have all my maps. Okay. And let's see here. Where the heck is it? I believe it's this one. This one has a scarab in it. It'll take a bit because it's a big boy. I'll type in scarab to save myself some time. Actually, no. I'll just do the full process. If you're looking for models in a .map, just go to the render_model folder. It'll have all 3D models within a .map file. Or if you're doing Halo CE, it's going to be GBX model folder. That's just different for CE. Everything else is exactly the same. So just go in. You can rip a brute. Looks kind of crazy because he's got all of his armor stuff on. But we want the vehicles of the scarab. So let me try to find that. Here it is. Here it is. It has all of its pieces and it has a lot of damaged bits. So we're gonna unselect everything, and you'll see major, minor, medium. Those are damaged states. So if you do major, it'll be the major damage. So we're just gonna do base of everything. That way it'll be the clean version. Here we go. Select only the good parts that you want. Make it easier on yourself. Once you have all your stuff selected here, you can click and hold on this window and use WASD as well as the shift button to move it around. You'll notice it looks really crappy. That's because the tiling data doesn't properly translate over to Reclaimer. So you'll have to set all this up in Blender using the nodes and shading tab, like I have in my previous video, which takes quite a while, but it's kind of worth it. But since this is focusing on animation, we won't really bother with that. So we want this, click the single floppy disk, export the selected geometry. I'm going to go to my special spot for Halo 3 stuff. Scarab. Boom. Make sure it's on AMF. I will then save it. Okay, click the little picture icon. We're going to download the textures, put them in the same spot, and it's going to do its thing. Okay, it's done now. Now I don't need this anymore. Next, you're going to use Bonobo. So wherever you installed Bonobo, you're going to open up Bonobo, File, Open. We're going to find that map. Where is it? Here it is. Okay, and this is going to have a file structure as well to it. And you're going to be looking for the one with JMAD right here, Model Animation Graph. You'll expand that, and these are all the animation files or folders for objects in that .map file. So we're going to try to find the scarab in here somewhere. You'll notice some fun stuff in here too. There it is. Okay, scarab. So you select it, right click, go extract source files. I have a special spot I like to put my stuff in. I'll make a little spot for the scarab. There we go. And it's going to tell me it's done. Okay, and if there's any errors at all, just re-download your .map files and make sure you have those mandatory shared files, or else you'll get errors where it said it won't work, it won't notice the format, whatever. So just re-download that stuff. Make sure they're all in the right spot, and just really check over your folders, because that was my big issue. But once it's done, once you get the animations, God, that was loud. You can go to Blender right here, right? File, Import, and you're going to import the AMF. Okay. You're going to find out where the heck you put your thing you just ripped, like the scarab, right? Now, don't import it just yet. Here on this right side, there's a bunch of menus. And on the scale side, you're going to want to set it to 3ds Max. And import. Okay, and it's going to be really big. And if you can't really see it very well, if it's the big model, press the N key, as in November. Open up this menu, go to View, and where it says End, just put a ridiculously huge number there and hit Enter. And that is basically the render distance. So now you can see everything. And it's so big, my my menu is going really slow. So it's so big. But that's okay. We'll stop there. Now we have the model in, right? And it looks, again, kind of crappy like it did in there. I'm pretty sure it's the detail map that's all funky. But go to File, Import, JMA, the model animation. And this should snap onto your model, assuming you did everything correctly. So we're going to go to our folder where we put our animations for the scarab. A lot of subfolders, and here are all the animations used by this model. So we can honestly do all sorts of stuff. We can try combat turn right 45. Okay, we'll double click it, and it should take a second. If it's a big complicated animation or it's long, it'll take a second. But once it's done, it should be fine. Any second now. Some of the ones like Halo Reach, Halo 3 can take a while. Oh, it's finished. Okay, now it says imported successfully. If you press the space bar or this little play button here, it should start doing a thing. And there you go. That way you can tell this is the animation. And my computer laptop is very bad, so I get a good, nice 15 to 13 frames a second. But you can press the space bar to pause it. You can actually scroll this up, and you can actually scrub through the animation as well. You can also try a different animation out, right? So just go and just do the import for a JMA. So let's say try this one out, and it should auto snap onto there. And it's crumbling. Looks really silly. But you can just, that way you don't have to do anything else. You just re-import and it replaces the current animation on there. So you don't have to do anything else. And this has been super fun to play with. There are some people looking into completely redoing intro cinematics to certain levels. Some of them have figured out how to take all the animations in a scene and bring all the models in and animate them. So there's more work to be done there, and as well as in-game camera rotation data and stuff for those scenes. We're still working on that, but this is really cool. You can get some cool stuff with this. And I might as well show you how to make a GIF or something like that. So let's say we have a model, right? Let's say we have something like, my Moa, right? I got, let's see if I can find my little Moa. Where was he? I think he's in. Oh, I'm in Halo 3. Oh my goodness. There you are. Okay. So to set this up, right, you'll get your little animation here, and some models you can't really get right because this Moa has a fur shader and whatnot. Also, the biggest mistake, I didn't do 3ds Max. That's a big goof that a lot of people do, and that's the biggest cost for any crazy models when they don't want their animations. Usually it's because you didn't do 3ds Max scaling. And so for your Moa, we're gonna go here. I'm gonna find his little his animations. Okay. Panic, idle. Let's take a second. Okay. Oh my goodness. Poor laptop. Okay. Surely it'll be done soon. This is usually a rather quick process. I guess while we wait, we'll explain. So we're just gonna set our model up with animation like this, right? He's got his little animation on there. If you want to make a GIF or like record an animation, you can hold Shift and press the A key to create something new. Make a camera, and once it's created, click this camera icon, and then press Shift and the tilde key, the one right next to the 1 key, and you can use flyby mode. So you can use WASD to fly around and change your camera. Once you get it to how you want, I'm going really slow because I don't have a mouse attached to my thing here. So in this render properties, you can have it EV or cycles depending on how crazy you want it. But in film, make sure you go to film section and turn on transparent. That way you don't see a background if you want a GIF that looks nice. Output properties, you can kind of change this for different shapes of output window. Change it to 60 frames if you want. Show where it's going to dump all these pictures. You can either record a video with AVI or just do pictures. And if you do RGBA, it'll make all this transparent as well. So I just leave all that blank. Next, I make sure the camera is correct. I go to shading, change object to world, try to figure out where the heck the nodes are. I will go to add, type in environment texture to add a lighting environment node for HDRIs. Open. Luckily, I already have one, but I'll provide a link to where you can download some of these. They look really nice. And once you've set that up, you go to these 4 render circles, open this drop down, and check both of these. There you go. Now all you have to do is hit Control and F12, and it'll start rendering your animation. And you'll see up here the frames. It's showing you what frames it's done, how long it's taken, or whatever. And I'll show you the process how I make GIFs for like Discord and all sorts of stuff. And it's almost there. This is actually a really long animation. It's going to take a little bit. But while it does that, we can actually go to this website I like to use called Easy GIF Maker. All right, so here you can take the PNGs that it comes with, and you can upload them as a GIF. Okay, and I guess we'll stop this now so that way it doesn't take a whole ton of time. So let's pretend like it finished all the way. Go to Choose Files, and here they are. They're right here. So I can, let's say, select all 30 of these if I want. It's 30 files. Hit Upload. That also takes a little bit. In the meantime, I'll load up my Moa 2 blend. Here, I think it is. Let's see here. So you'll notice I kit bashed a bunch of stuff to it. And to do this, all I did was take some ODST shoulder pieces, some armor from the Marines, and kind of put it on him. And if you are looking to do that, let Let me find out where the heck you went. I gotta change the view, I think. There he is. Okay. Anyway, so let's say you want to do that. You want to attach something to another part of the body. This took me a little bit to figure out, and it's not exactly perfect, but I mean it works. Let's say you got an object, right? Let's say we got this knife. You got this knife imported. In fact, I'll just go from the beginning. So we got the armature here. You can see this is the bones for the Moa. And if I can remember how to make it so they're always visible on top. Let me see here. Bear with me, I've only done this once. Oh, there we go. So you go to the Object Data Properties tab, go to Viewport Display section, and you can check this box that shows all the bones on top, no matter what. So you'll do that, right? And then you will import a model. So I go to import something. Let's go to, let's say I want to attach this fish to him, okay? Let's bring this back here. This will be a really crude method, so bear with me here. Scaling doesn't necessarily matter on this part as much, so I just press the S key to kind of make it the size I want, right? Oh, hold on. Ignore that. One of these should be a fish. There he is. So this is just the fish model. Make it big, however big you want it. Move it to where you want. Well, let's say if I want him to have a fish for a head, really stupid looking, like that, right? I will first click the model itself, and then I will, I believe it is holding shift and clicking the bone you want to attach it to, going to pose mode, and then clicking the bone that you want to parent it to, hitting Control P, and then hitting bone relative, and hopefully that's correct. We'll see here. We'll see if the fish actually moves with him. There it goes. Now it looks like a little dolphin, right? And you can exit pose mode, to object mode, and you can turn off the armature with the little eyeball, and now you have something attached to the model. And so that's something fun and silly that you can do. But anyway, I hope this tutorial has been helpful. If you need help with anything, you can come check us out at the Halo Archive. They're usually we're very nice, usually. We like to help out as much as possible if we can. So come check us out. There'll be an invite link in the description. But yeah, we'll see you later.